All right, welcome to the channel. I'm going to do a little video here today to show how to navigate to a supercharger, and then running FSD, and then it should self-park at that supercharger as well. Especially when you're looking at the idea of, like, you know, it's kind of a chilly day today and your battery's cold, and so what you need to kind of do to get yourself to a supercharger in order to charge up your car and get everything rolling again. But let's go ahead and get started. So here we are, 2024 Model Y, all-wheel drive long range, and we are running FSD 13.2.8 on the 2025.2.8 software. And so I am going to take us to the supercharger as well, especially because the battery, I'm getting my cold battery signal, so it's a good showcase of what we're doing. So if you're looking to go to a supercharger, best bet for you, obviously from the start here, is you can either click on the map as well, touch, look for the charging symbol, should show you the chargers that are available. So we're going to head down to this one right here in Colorado Springs. So it's about a few miles down the road, 4.5 miles exactly, from where we're sitting here in this parking lot. But we are going to, and if you don't know, right, these are your version 2 or version 3 superchargers. You can show your basically your destination chargers there as well. But we're going to go to this supercharger that's just, like I said, down the road here. Run down the interstate real quick and get going. But the key thing here as well is that it's going to precondition your battery. It says here for fast charging as it takes you there. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start from park here. So like I said, currently we've got the cold battery symbol, so which is not a good thing, but the fact that the car will heat up the battery as we make our way down as it's preconditioning. As you see here, preconditioning battery for fast charging. So we're going to leave this grocery store parking lot and make our way down to the supercharger, and then it should self-park as well in a supercharger spot. So let's get rolling here. So we just had some quick little snowstorm roll through as well here on the north end of the city. Quick little blast of snow to a point almost blizzard conditions, and then now it's all kind of melted at this point, as you can tell, which is fun. But that tells you because it's been so warm the past couple weeks, so we got hit with it, roads got wet, but then has melted off very quick. So stop sign here, a little, obviously some construction here in front of us. Make our way. But this video will give you an idea of what you kind of need to do as you're navigating to the supercharger. Like I said, you want to warm up the battery for the idea of fast charging as well. So that's why you want to navigate to a supercharger. That way you get the fastest speeds possible that you can get while you are charging. But with these newer versions of FSD as well, as we get there, like I said, it should back us into a stall that is available once we get to the supercharger. But we'll jump on the interstate real quick, make our way down to it. Hopefully battery heats up enough. We're in this like slow area right here that I don't like. It's not 25 miles an hour. We're about to go up to 55, and this is basically the on-ramp to. So I'm encouraging it a little bit by pushing the accelerator to get up to speed, because right here we turn to 55 because we are going to merge onto the interstate. So that's not one thing we've learned doing this, right? That's not a disengagement. That is an encouragement, right? So I mean, that's one of the things FSD kind of has to obviously get better at and learn. Right, we turned onto this road right here. This is basically a long stretch on ramp to get either going that way to the northbound side of the interstate or going to the southbound side like we are right here. Yeah, it's funny, the sun's popping out and we just had a bunch of snow come flying in up here. it down for a few miles, and already that cold battery symbol is going away. Right, battery's heating up for fast charging. Right, I'm sitting at a high battery percentage anyway. That's kind of not where you want to be if you're gonna supercharge. I don't supercharge often. If I'm going on a trip or out of town or something like that, I do need to set, let's say, top off, and I'll top off the supercharger if I'm not able to top off before I leave my house. And we got a lot of high wind today too. As you see the sign there, red flag warning. We had a couple fires here in the city yesterday. Actually, it was super dry, pretty windy out. So east of the airport in Colorado Springs, there was a big fire. I think that was actually technically still burning out in the eastern plains. And then there was one close to, it's called Garden of the Gods. That one was put out pretty quick, and I heard that one was intentionally set by somebody, which is always lovely. A little arson, not good. But kind of back to this. So if you're on a road trip, I mean, the good thing about what Tesla will do for you, especially if you put in your navigation, if you're taking a long trip across the country, obviously plan out your supercharger stops, and then, like I said, it'll prep the battery for you to be able to charge. For you to charge your car at a faster rate, right? You don't want to be sitting there forever, so you want to put more battery in order to charge. So this one's about, I think it's like just over a mile off the interstate. As well, there's one that's further down in downtown Colorado Springs, but it's in a parking garage. That could be a fun test one day to see how it would get into that parking garage and actually make its way to the chargers. But this one's out here wide open, but like I said, about a mile off the interstate. So we're coming up on our exit. Should be slowing down. Took that one a little fast. It's always fun. Oh, okay. Almost had it. I don't know what that was. I don't know if it saw like the bushes there in the road and almost started going way more. Interesting. I didn't disengage it though, so it corrected itself. Not sure exactly what happened there. Lost my attention monitoring, so I'm not 100% sure what is going on there, but that's why we test out FSD, right? So like I said, I've got a mile off the interstate here to this supercharger. Still preconditioning the battery for charging. Kind of up this hill a little bit is where the charger is at. Yeah, back there, that's interesting. I wonder if it saw like those bushes or something and it freaked out for a second, and so it was kind of like not staying in that turn necessarily as that on that off ramp, but it was doing something. But we're just waiting at this light. We should be making our way up. Let me sit here. Right, we're not that far away. So we're just gonna go up here to that charger. Kind of by a Dave & Buster's and a Chewy's two restaurants as well. Actually charged here, and obviously had the, once I was charging, had to use the bathroom at the Dave & Buster's. So convenient. It's a convenient little location. It's not too bad. So two sit-down restaurant type of deals that are in the proximity of it. So you'll see that as we kind of roll up to it. But we should have the green light pretty soon. And here we go. So it's about half a mile here, and then we arrive, and then it should park itself back into its own stall and be ready for charging. I mean, you walk a little further down the street, you got a bunch of stuff that's over here too at these little like outdoor malls as well. They've been building where these chargers are at too. They're still, I think, building some things to put in there. So we go, turn up here. So you got Tesla here. Oh, there we go. That is a new Model Y right there. Refreshed. Looking good. Like to see that. I wonder if we have it. Let's see if we got any at the. He must probably. I'm going to assume he just came from the charger because that's where we're almost at. See if we got anybody else there that has a refreshed. Don't know why we're going this way, but hey, let's take the drive, right? Last time I did this, it actually turned just a little bit before that to get over to this area. Well, let's see if we back into a stall here, because we have arrived at the chargers. Yep, there we go. So we are probably going to take it right into this first one. Oh no, right into this one. Let's do that. Right next to this guy. And there you go. So that's FSD taking you to a supercharger. And then obviously auto parking itself into a charging stall for you. Like I said, great view here. Not too bad. But here, I'll get out here, plug us in. As well, and then see and show you kind of like why you don't want to charge at this rate. So I'll get us plugged in here in a second, and then I'll show you how kind of like, you know, you obviously want your battery to drop a little bit more, but let's see what kind of speeds we get real quick. So back in the car. But get about 40 kilowatts an hour, because at a high state of charge, that's not your most ideal way to get plugged in and to get charged here. But anyway, but that shows you up to 53 kilowatts here. But navigating to the supercharger, getting your battery warm enough for the type of charge that you're looking for, and then obviously FSD is able to park you into a spot. So thanks for coming along for the ride. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.